What is up, everybody? Owen here with Gutter Rescue, and today we had a question come in about the different hangers that people use or gutter installers use when we're actually installing your seamless gutters. And the hanger we use is typically going to be dependent on what style of fascia system you have at the eave of your roof, right? So sometimes you have older homes that have some open rafter tails, and then sometimes you have the closed rafter tails with a fascia board that's flat and straight up and down. And then sometimes you have a home that has a fascia board, but it's got a steep angle that comes back. And sometimes it's a slight angle and it's not quite as steep. So today we're going to talk about the different hangers we use here at Gutter Rescue and which one we use for different homes. So I got a piece of 6-inch gutter here. I'm going to take each hanger, show you what it looks like inside the gutter, and then talk a little bit about how that would be installed. All right. So the most common used right now is the spaced hanger that's a hidden hanger. So this is a spaced 6-inch hanger, and this little piece right here actually fits inside the front lip, and then this will sit right over the back side. And then what you want to do is you'll take your gutter at the highest part of the gutter, slide it right up under the drip edge as high as you can get it, and then you would drive this screw right in through the fascia board. Now typically you would start these about 6 inches in and then space them about every 24 inches after that. This is a good system. You'll definitely see more strength than like the old spike and ferrules, but over time it is a spaced hanger. So in between every 24 inches, what you can see is like sometimes you'll see some buckling or warping with the gutters, which is usually pretty normal. So that is our hidden hanger, which is probably one of the more common hangers that you would see in gutter systems. Next up, I would say this is probably the second most common. This is called a roof strap hanger. So basically what this does here is it clips in the same fashion to the front lip of the gutter, clips over the back. Then you would actually want to secure this part to the back by screwing it in through the back side of the gutter. And then this strap right here, depending on when the gutters are being installed. So let's say you're getting a new roof, and if the gutter installer can line up the project with the roof installation, then these would actually get screwed in under your shingles on the roof deck. However, usually that's not the case most of the time unless you're getting new gutters and a new roof at the exact same time. So if your house requires this, one of the things that we do here at Gutter Rescue that I think kind of sets us apart is we'll actually clip this in, get this bracket done. So it looks like this, right? And I like to show people this system before we install gutters on their house. That way they're aware of what's happening. And then this will actually sit on top of the shingle. And then you use basically what's called a rubber grommeted screw. It's the same screws that you would see to secure a exposed fastening metal roof system. And then once my guys screw this in through the shingle into the roof deck, we actually use a roof sealant specifically over that screw just as an added layer of protection. So that's how that would be installed. And that's typically for homes that if they have a fascia board, it's got a steep angle. Usually the roof's over a 612 pitch, and for homes that may not necessarily have a fascia board at all. Now, you don't necessarily need this, but if you didn't want to go with a roof strap hanger, then you might be looking at like having to have your fascia rebuilt so that it's got less of an angle or so that it's flat. And then we'd be able to use like the spaced hanger system, a continuous hanger system, or a wedge system, which I'll talk about next. All right, so this little guy here, this is typically for roofing systems that have a fascia that has an angle to it, but maybe the roof is under a 612 pitch and that angle is a little bit smaller. So what you would do is you would take this, you would hook it on the back, you'd put a screw in it to lock it in place, or you could crimp it with like a downspout crimp or end cap crimpers. And then this will actually brace up against that angle. That way, if it is angled, your gutter's not sitting like this, right? Because then all that water is going to run to the front of the gutter and potentially shoot right over the top. And you would actually pair that with this spaced hanger. So you would put this spaced hanger in there, you'd put this wedge in there, and that's how you would install your gutter to ensure that it was held nice and parallel, nice and flat. Okay, so that's your wedge system. And then last but not least, we have a continuous hanger system. So the continuous hanger system, what's cool about this is it actually has a built-in microfiltration system. So not only are you getting a stronger gutter that gives you a lifetime warranty on sturdiness and a lifetime warranty that that the gutter is not going to be damaged by snow and ice buildup. You also get a microfiltration. So if you live in an area that's got a lot of trees around it, or even maybe just some trees, and you have to have a gutter company like us come out and clean those gutters once a year, this will keep that from happening. So basically what this one does, you just clip it in right here in the front, clip it over the back. And then with this one's a little bit different. So you'd use your screws about 6 inches in, and then you'd want to screw this one every 16 inches. But like I said, it does provide you also with that lifetime warranty. This is for homes that typically either have a flat fascia. You can use a wedge system with this. So if you have a slight angled fascia, you can actually put a wedge on here as well and still use this system, and it would still be effective. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Hope that answered the question as far as what different hangers are used and how do we install gutters on different homes. And again, I'm Owen with Gutter Rescue. So if you guys have any issues with your gutter system and you need to have like a gutter inspection done or something, give us a call, 607-731-7406. We'd be happy to either send myself or Aaron, our project manager, out. We could do a gutter inspection, take a look at what you got going on, talk to you about some of the problems that you're having with your current gutter system, and then talk to you and provide you with different solutions that we can help with here at Gutter Rescue. All right, see ya.